Welcome to Easy English Hub. I'm really glad you're here today. Before we start learning how to talk about your workday in English, I want you to slow down for a moment. Breathe and appreciate yourself for being here. You showed up today, and that already makes you stronger.
Thank you, sir. I don't know why, but every time I sit in the studio with the lights, the microphones, the headphones, I feel something inside me shift. Like I'm slowly becoming the person I always wished I could be.
That's a beautiful feeling. And you're right. Every time you choose to learn, you grow a little more. So tell me, how are you feeling today?
Motivated? Hopeful? And okay, maybe a little nervous, but I think it's the good type of nervous.
The kind that means you care?
Yes, exactly. I want to improve my English so badly, especially when I talk about my day or explain what I did at work. But sometimes my mind just goes blank.
And that's why we're here, to turn that blank moment into confidence.
So, what's our focus today?
Today, we start with something real and important, talking about your workday in English. People ask it all the time. How was your day? What did you do at work? How did everything go? But many English learners freeze and reply with one-word answers like good, fine, busy, and the conversation ends.
Oh my God, that's literally me. Someone asks me about my day, and suddenly I forget all my English.
Well, that changes today. Right now, by the end of this session, you will be able to describe your day smoothly, clearly, and naturally.
I really want that.
So let's begin gently. Imagine someone asks you, "So, how was your work day?" What do you say?
Um, it was good? That's probably all.
Okay. Now let's transform that short sentence into something confident and professional. Listen, it was good. I finished my main tasks and had a productive meeting. Clear. Natural.
Wow, that sounds so natural and not hard at all.
That's because good English is simple English.
Can I try?
Go ahead.
It was good. I completed my tasks and learned something new today.
Beautiful. Pure, clean English. I'm proud of you.
It felt nice to say.
Good. Now let's build more. When describing your workday, you talk about how your morning started, what you did, who you interacted with, and how your day ended.
So it's like telling a small story?
Exactly. Your day is a story. Let's begin with your morning. How does your day usually start?
Honestly, with my alarm ruining my life.
Very relatable. Now say it in simple English.
I woke up at 7, got ready quickly, and went to work.
Excellent. Smooth and natural.
Thank you.
Now, add just one more detail.
I woke up at 7, got ready quickly, and went to work. The weather was nice, so I felt good on my way.
Beautiful. You painted a picture.
I'm really doing it, right?
You are. You're speaking like someone who belongs in English conversations.
Sir, can I say something not as a student, but as a person?
Of course.
Sir, thank you for stopping today, for seeing me, for believing that I can do this.
You're welcome. And listen, I don't just believe it. I know it. You have a spark inside you, a hunger to grow. People like you always rise.
I'm glad you're my teacher.
And I'm glad you're my student.
Okay, teach me more. I want to keep going.
Good. Let's continue. What do you usually do at work?
I answer emails, attend meetings, and work on tasks for the team.
Now add how it makes you feel.
Sometimes it feels productive, sometimes stressful, but I always try my best.
That's perfect. You're expressing emotions and actions together. That's real communication.
This feels natural, like something I can actually say.
Exactly. You're learning the language of real life.
Sir, you make it look too easy.
Because English becomes easy when your mind relaxes. And you're relaxed now.
Thank you. I want to speak professionally someday.
You will. You're already halfway there.
So, can we keep going?
Of course. But before we continue, remember this. Every time you speak English, even if it's one small sentence, you grow stronger, more confident, more fluent, more yourself.
I'll practice. I promise.
Good, because you deserve to grow, and I'll be right here with you at every step.
I'm ready for what's next.
All right, since you're ready, let's keep going. Now that you've learned how to describe your morning and the main tasks at work, I want you to try something a bit deeper. Something that makes your English feel alive.
Deeper? Like adding more details?
Not just details, feelings, experiences, human moments. Because English is not only a language, it's the story of your day, your thoughts, your personality.
I want that. I want my English to show who I am, not just what I did.
Good. Then let's explore how you interact with people at work. English isn't only about tasks, it's about connection.
Connection. You mean like talking to coworkers?
Exactly. Most conversations about work include people. Your teammates, your boss, customers, clients. When you add people, your English becomes rich and real. Let me show you an example. I talked to my manager about our weekly goals. I helped a coworker with her tasks. My team and I discussed a new idea. See how natural that sounds?
Yes. It sounds like real life, not just grammar.
Good. Now you try. Tell me one thing you did today that involved another person.
Let me try. I discussed a project with my teammate, and I also helped her fix a small mistake.
That was perfect. Clear, professional, and it shows teamwork.
Really? It sounded good?
It sounded excellent. You're building confidence with every sentence.
Maybe because I have a good teacher.
And I have a very determined student.
Sir, I actually look forward to speaking English now. Before, I used to feel scared. Like my English wasn't enough. Like I wasn't enough. But now, it feels different.
That's because you're growing. You're challenging old beliefs. You're proving to yourself, sentence by sentence, that you are enough and that you can do this.
It means more than you know to hear that.
I know, and I'm proud of you for staying committed. Now, let's continue building your workday description. Imagine you had a challenging moment at work today. How would you describe it?
Mm, maybe like this. I had a small challenge today. I was confused about one task, but I asked for help and solved it.
That's amazing. You used 4 powerful elements: a challenge, honesty, action, and solution. That's exactly how professionals speak.
Really? 4 elements? I didn't even think about it.
That's the beauty of growth. Sometimes it happens without you noticing.
Maybe I'm smarter than I thought.
I've been telling you that.
Thank you.
All right. Now let's describe how you end your workday. This is where you show reflection and closure. Here's an example. I finished my tasks, reviewed my schedule for tomorrow, and left the office feeling tired but satisfied. Now you.
Let me try. I completed everything I planned. I checked what I have to do tomorrow, and I left work feeling proud.
Beautiful. Truly beautiful. Your English isn't just good, it's expressive, human, natural.
It feels like I'm finally speaking the way I always wanted to.
And this is only the beginning.
Before we move forward, I want you to take a small moment and notice something. Your voice, your confidence, your expression, they've all changed since we began. You're speaking with flow now, with emotion, with presence.
I didn't notice, but I do feel different. Like my English is coming from inside me, not from my memory.
Exactly. That's the magic of real learning. It becomes part of you, not just something you repeat.
So, what's next?
Now we move into something bigger, something that turns simple English into beautiful, meaningful English. And that is reflection.
Reflection? Like thinking about the day?
Yes, talking about your day isn't only what I did, it's also what I learned, how I felt, what I realized. This makes your English deeper, more emotional, more human. Want to try it?
Yes. I want to try. What do I do?
Think about today. Not the tasks, but the feelings. Did something surprise you, teach you something, make you grateful, make you think? Close your eyes for a moment and feel your day.
I think I have something.
Go ahead. Tell me.
Today, I realized that I'm stronger than I think. There was a task I was scared to do, a task I thought I would mess up. But I still did it, and it went fine. Actually, it went better than I expected.
That's beautiful. Now put that into English like you're telling a friend about your day.
Today, I learned something about myself. I realized that I can do difficult things even when I'm scared. There was a task I wasn't confident about, but I still tried and I did it well.
That was perfect. Not just English. Expression, honesty, growth.
It felt real to say. Like I wasn't just practicing English, I was telling the truth.
That's the exact moment when language becomes powerful, when it becomes your voice, not just your vocabulary.
I never thought English could feel like this.
That's because you're finally connecting your inner world to your outer words. That skill will make you fluent faster than any grammar book ever could.
Sir, can we practice more like this? Not just tasks, but emotions.
Of course. Let's go even deeper. Tell me something else about your day. Did you help someone? Did someone help you? Did something make you smile or feel grateful?
Mm, okay, there was one thing. I saw one of my coworkers looking stressed. She had a lot of work and she didn't know where to start. So I sat with her and helped her arrange her tasks. Just a small thing, but she smiled after that, and her thank you felt really sincere.
That's beautiful. Now say it like a natural English conversation.
Today, I helped a coworker who was feeling stressed. She had a lot of work, so I helped her organize her tasks. She was really grateful, and her smile made me feel happy too.
Deep admiration. You see? You're not just speaking English. You're telling stories, painting emotions, sharing moments. That is powerful communication.
It feels like I'm finally using English to express who I am.
Exactly. That's fluency. Not perfect grammar, but honest expression.
Sir, this might sound strange, but I feel proud of myself.
Good. You should, because you're doing something many people are too afraid to do. You're showing your voice.
I don't want to stop here. Can we keep going?
Absolutely. Let's continue. But first, I want you to remember something. Every sentence you speak is a step forward. Every word is growth. Every emotion is connection. You're becoming more fluent, not because you're perfect, but because you're brave.
Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome. Now let's continue your journey and explore something even more powerful. Before we take the next step, I want you to understand something important. Something many learners never realize. You're not just learning English. You're learning how to express yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences. And that takes courage. More than rules, more than grammar, more than vocabulary.
I never thought of it like that. I always believed English was just speaking correctly.
No, English is not correctness. English is connection. And connection doesn't come from perfect sentences. It comes from honest sentences.
Honest sentences. I like that. It feels possible.
It is possible. And you're already doing it. Now, I want to explore another part of your workday, your challenges and how you handled them. Everyone faces difficulties. The difference is how you talk about them. Try to tell me about a challenge you faced today and what you did about it.
Okay, there was something. I had to prepare a small report. Nothing big, but the data was messy. And at first, I felt stuck. I didn't know how to organize it.
Good. Be honest. Keep going.
For a moment, I felt like giving up. Like, I can't do this. But then I took a breath and I broke the work into smaller steps. And in the end, I finished it.
That was beautiful to hear. Now, let's turn that into natural English. Say it again, as if you're talking to a friend or coworker.
Today, I had a challenge. I was working on a report, and the data was really confusing. At first, I didn't know what to do, but I took a moment to breathe and organize the work step by step. And finally, I completed it.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. You were honest. You showed emotion. You explained the problem, and you explained the solution. That's exactly how fluent speakers communicate.
It felt natural and real.
Because you connected your heart to your words.
Sir, I always felt embarrassed when I struggled with something. I thought if my English wasn't perfect, people would judge me or think I'm not smart enough.
Listen to me carefully. Struggling doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. And anyone who judges you doesn't understand growth. Your mistakes are not failures. They're footprints, each one showing how far you've walked.
I never heard it like that. Never.
You deserve to hear it. Your English is not small. Your effort is not small. Your journey is not small. And neither are you.
I I I looked down briefly, touched, then back up. Thank you. I feel seen and understood and not alone.
You're not alone. I'm right here. We're doing this together, one sentence at a time. Now, let's continue exploring your workday. Tell me, was there a moment today that made you smile? Even a small moment.
Yes, actually, yes. There was a moment.
Tell me about it.
During lunch, one of my coworkers shared a silly joke. Nothing special, but everyone laughed, and for a few minutes, the whole room felt light. And I liked that feeling. It reminded me that work isn't only stress. There can be small joys too.
That's beautiful. Now, turn it into natural English.
Today, during lunch, my coworker told a funny joke. Everyone laughed, and for a moment, the whole atmosphere felt light. It made me happy because it reminded me that small moments can make the day better.
See? This is what I mean when I say your English is becoming alive. You're not just telling me what happened, you're sharing how it felt. That, that is fluency.
I didn't know I could speak like this.
You always could. You just needed someone to show you how to unlock it.
Thank you for being that person.
Always. Now, let's explore one last part of your workday. How it ended. Tell me, when you finished work today, how did you feel?
Honestly, I felt peaceful. Tired, yes, but peaceful. Because I knew, not perfectly, but honestly, I gave my best today.
That's beautiful. Say it in English naturally.
When I finished work today, I felt peaceful. I was tired, but I felt good because I did my best.
Perfect. Simple. human, real.
Sir, I'm starting to see myself differently. Like, maybe I can be fluent. Maybe I'm not as far away as I thought.
You're not far. You're already on the path. And the way you're speaking now, the honesty, the emotion, the clarity, this is fluency in progress.
Then, can we continue?
Of course. Let's keep going.
Before we continue with more English expressions, I want to ask you something a bit deeper, something people don't usually think about when they talk about their day. When you look at your workday, not the tasks, not the meetings, not the routine, but you, what part of the day made you feel proud of yourself?
Proud. I think there was a moment, a small one, but it mattered to me.
Tell me. I want to hear it.
There was a point today when I almost lost my patience. A coworker kept asking me the same question again and again, and I felt irritated. I felt like saying, "Please just figure it out." But I didn't. I took a breath. I explained it one more time. Calmly, slowly, and she understood. She smiled, she thanked me, and I don't know. That made me feel proud.
That's beautiful. That's emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is more important than perfect words. Now, put that into simple English.
Today, I felt proud of myself. A coworker asked me something many times, and even though I felt irritated, I stayed calm and explained it again. She understood, and her smile made me feel good.
Perfect. Truly perfect. Not just the English, the honesty, the reflection, the kindness in your voice.
It felt good to say it out loud.
That is the power of language. Sometimes English becomes a mirror. It shows you who you are.
Sometimes I'm scared to look in that mirror.
You don't need to be scared because the person you're becoming is strong, patient, growing, and you should be proud of her.
Thank you. It means more than I can say.
You're welcome. Now, let's explore another part of your workday, something people often forget to express. The moment when you transition from work mode to personal life, from responsibility to rest. Tell me, when you left work today, what was the first thing you felt? Not what you thought, what you felt.
I think I felt relief, like a soft breath I didn't know I needed. The moment I stepped outside and the office door closed behind me, I felt the air on my face and the tension dropped a little.
That's a beautiful moment. Now, say it in English.
When I left work, I felt a sense of relief. As soon as I stepped outside, the air on my face made me feel calmer and lighter.
Perfect. Beautiful. You're speaking from your heart now, and that's the most powerful English there is.
It feels like the words are coming more easily now.
Because you stopped trying to impress the language and started letting it express you.
That's really beautiful.
English can be beautiful when you use it honestly. Now, let's explore something more challenging. Describing something emotional from your workday. Not dramatic, but human. For example, did anything make you feel disappointed, frustrated, worried.
Yes, there was something. Something small, but it stayed with me.
Tell me.
I worked hard on a small task today. Really hard. I wanted it to be perfect. But when I showed it to my supervisor, she didn't really react. No good job, no thank you, just, oh, okay, leave it there. And I don't know why, but it hurt a little.
Of course it did. You put effort, and you wanted it to be seen. That's human. Now turn that into English.
Today, I felt a little disappointed. I worked hard on a task, but when I showed it to my supervisor, she didn't really say anything positive. I know she was busy, but it still made me feel unseen.
That was beautiful, brave, real. And your English was perfect. Not because the grammar was perfect, but because you were honest.
Thank you for letting me talk like this.
Always. You deserve a space where your voice matters, where your feelings can breathe, where your English is not judged, but encouraged.
I feel safe here. Safe to try, safe to make mistakes, safe to be myself.
That's how learning should feel. Always. Now, shall we continue?
Yes. Please. Let's keep going.
All right, let's keep going. I want to take you a little deeper into something most people never talk about, but it's one of the most important parts of expressing your workday in English. It's the moment after the day is done. The moment when you look back and ask yourself, what did today mean to me?
Meaning? You mean like the emotional ending of the day?
Exactly. Work isn't only tasks and meetings. It's also the impact your day had on you, your thoughts, your growth, your emotions. Most English learners never talk about these, but fluent speakers do, and you will too. Tell me, when you reached home today, what was the first thought that crossed your mind?
I think the first thought was I made it through the day. Not in a negative way, but in a relieved, gentle way.
That's beautiful. Now, try to express it in English.
When I reached home today, I felt relief. I thought to myself, I made it through the day. Not because it was bad, but because it was full, and I tried my best.
You see, that's emotional clarity. That's fluency. Simple, honest, human.
I didn't know I could express myself like this.
That's because no one ever taught you that English is also emotional, not just logical. Now, let's explore the end of your day a little more. When you got home, did you do something that helped you relax or reset your mind?
Yes, I changed into comfortable clothes, made myself a cup of tea, and just sat quietly for a few minutes. No phone, no noise. Just quiet.
That sounds peaceful. Now, say it in natural English.
When I got home, I changed into comfortable clothes and made a cup of tea. I sat quietly for a few minutes just to relax and reset my mind.
Excellent. Perfectly natural. And the way you said it, your tone matched the meaning. That's real communication.
It feels like I'm telling my story instead of just practicing lines.
You are telling your story, and your story deserves to be heard. Now, let me ask you something important. Not about English, but about you. Did you learn something about yourself today?
Yes, I learned that I'm more patient than I thought. More capable, too. Sometimes I underestimate myself. But today showed me that I can handle things I used to avoid.
That's powerful. Now, put that into English.
Today, I learned something about myself. I realized that I'm more patient and more capable than I believed. I often underestimate myself, but today reminded me that I can handle challenges I used to avoid.
Beautifully said. You're not just learning English, you're discovering yourself in another language.
It feels like that, like I'm understanding myself in a new way.
That's growth, and you're experiencing it in real time. Now, let's talk about something deeper, something people rarely express when talking about their workday. The idea of gratitude. Was there something today, anything, small or big, that you felt grateful for?
Yes, actually. I was grateful for a moment when someone held the elevator for me. It was a small, but it felt kind. And kindness stays with you.
That's beautiful. Now, express it in English.
Today I felt grateful when someone held the elevator for me. It was a small gesture, but it felt kind, and it stayed with me.
Perfect. See how your English becomes deeper when your heart opens?
I never knew English could feel like healing.
It can. And you're doing it beautifully. Now, let me ask something a bit tender. Did something today make you feel tired emotionally? Not physically, emotionally.
Yes. There was a moment when I felt like I wasn't doing enough, even though I was trying, even though I was working hard. I felt like maybe I should be better, faster, stronger.
And how do you feel about that now?
I think I'm learning to be kinder to myself, to understand that doing my best should be enough.
Good. Now, express that moment in English.
Today, there was a moment when I felt emotionally tired. I felt like I wasn't doing enough, even though I was trying hard. But now I realize that doing my best should be enough.
That was powerful, honest, human, fluent. You spoke with clarity and courage.
Sir, this doesn't feel like English practice anymore. It feels like growth.
That's exactly what learning should feel like.
Then, can we continue?
Of course. Let's keep walking forward together.
Before we move deeper into the language, I want you to notice something about yourself. Every time you speak, your voice becomes a little steadier, a little clearer, a little more you. That growth, it's not accidental. It's coming from inside you.
Sometimes I still feel nervous, but at the same time, I feel stronger. Like something in me is opening up.
That's exactly what's happening.
You're opening. And when you open, your English opens with you. Now, let's continue exploring your day. Not just what happened, but what it meant to you. Tell me, was there a moment today when you surprised yourself?
Surprised myself. Yes, there was. It was small, but it mattered to me.
Tell me about it.
I usually avoid speaking up in meetings. I get nervous, I overthink, and then I stay quiet. But today, for the first time, I actually shared an idea. My voice was shaking, my heart was beating fast, but I said it, and people listened.
That's incredible. Now express it in English, like you're telling someone close to you.
Today, I surprised myself. I shared an idea in a meeting even though I was nervous. My heart was beating fast, but I still spoke, and people actually listened to me. It felt good.
See that? That was not just English. That was bravery.
It felt like a small victory.
Small victories build great confidence. Now, let's explore another part of your workday in English. Not the tasks, not the challenges, but the moments in between. The moments when you pause, look around, and see life happening. Tell me, did you notice anything today? A sound, a color, a feeling that made you stop, even for a second?
Actually, yes, the sunlight. There's a window near my desk, and at one point, the sunlight came through in this warm way, and it felt peaceful. Just for a few seconds. But I noticed it.
Beautiful. Now say it in English.
Today, I noticed a beautiful moment. Sunlight came through the window near my desk, and for a few seconds, everything felt peaceful. It was small, but it meant something to me.
That was perfect. Never underestimate the power of small moments. They make your English rich, human, expressive.
It feels like I'm finally learning to speak with my heart.
That's how true fluency begins. Now, let's explore something deeper. Every workday changes us, even a little. Sometimes it teaches us something. Sometimes it pushes us. Sometimes it breaks us and puts us back together. Tell me, if today's workday could teach you one lesson, what would that lesson be?
I think today taught me that I need to stop being afraid of making mistakes. I need to let myself try. Because when I try, I surprise myself. When I hold back, I stay the same.
That's powerful. Now express that lesson in English.
Today taught me something important. I realized that I shouldn't be afraid of making mistakes. When I try, I grow. But when I hold back, I stay in the same place.
That was beautiful. Truly beautiful. You're not just speaking English, you're opening yourself through English.
I feel like I'm finally understanding myself.
And that understanding is what will make your English not only correct, but unforgettable. Now, let me ask you something that people rarely describe in English, but it's a real part of every workday. Did you miss something today? Or someone?
I think I missed myself. The calm version of me. The one who doesn't rush, who doesn't stress, who takes slow breaths. Work makes me forget her sometimes.
Then express that in your gentle English voice.
Today, I missed the calm version of myself. Work made me rush and feel stressed, and I forgot how to breathe slowly. I realized I want to connect with that calm version again.
That was honest, real, and incredibly fluent.
Thank you for letting me speak like this. No one ever asked me these questions before.
Sometimes the right questions unlock the right English.
And sometimes the right teacher makes everything feel possible.
Thank you. That means a lot. Now, are you ready to continue?
Yes, please, let's go on.
All right, let's continue. You're opening doors inside yourself that most people never dare to open, not in their own language, and definitely not in a second one. That takes courage, and I want you to see it.
Sometimes I don't feel courageous. I just feel like someone who's trying and hoping it's enough.
Trying is courage. Hope is strength. And speaking honestly, even when you're unsure, is one of the bravest things a person can do.
I don't know if I deserve such kind words.
You do. More than you realize. Now, let's continue exploring your day. This time, we'll focus on something subtle, but incredibly powerful in English. The moments you didn't say aloud. The thoughts you kept inside you. Tell me, was there a moment today when you wanted to say something, but you kept quiet?
Yes, there was. It happened in the afternoon. Someone in my team said something I disagreed with, but I didn't say anything. I wanted to. I felt it rising in my chest, but I held back.
Why do you think you held back?
I think I was scared of sounding wrong, or being judged, or saying the wrong English words, so I stayed silent. And later, I felt disappointed in myself.
Thank you for being honest with that. Now turn that internal moment into English. Gently, truthfully.
Today, I had a moment when I wanted to speak, but I stayed quiet. I disagreed with something, but I was scared of saying the wrong thing or being judged. Later, I felt disappointed for not speaking up.
That was powerful. You spoke with vulnerability, and vulnerability is fluency of the soul, not just the language.
It feels strange, but good to talk like this.
That's because you're speaking your truth, and truth has its own rhythm. Now, let's explore another deep part of your day. Tell me, was there a moment when you felt proud of someone else? A coworker, a friend, anyone?
Yes, there was a moment. One of my coworkers, she's new and she's shy, gave her first presentation today. She was nervous, her hands were shaking, but she did it. And I felt happy for her, proud of her.
That's beautiful. Now say it in English.
Today, I felt proud of a coworker. She's new and shy, and she gave her first presentation. Even though she was nervous, she did a great job. Seeing her try made me really happy.
That's empathy shining through your English, and it feels real.
It felt good to express that.
Good,
Because fluency isn't only about describing events. It's also about describing the emotions we feel for others. Now, let's explore something a little more personal. In every workday, there is a moment, even a tiny one, when you think about your future, your dreams, where you want to go. Did that happen today?
Yes, it did. Just for a second. When I was sitting at my desk, I imagined myself confidently speaking English, expressing ideas clearly, not being scared of words. I imagined a version of me who speaks freely, who isn't afraid to be seen.
That's a beautiful future. Now say that moment in English.
Today, I thought about my future for a moment. I imagined myself speaking English confidently and clearly. I imagined a version of me who is not afraid to express ideas or to be seen. I want to become that person.
That was one of the most beautiful things you've said today.
I didn't know I could sound like that in English.
You don't sound like that because of English. You sound like that because it's your truth. English is just the window you're speaking through.
I'm really grateful I get to speak like this with you.
And I'm grateful to hear your voice, your real voice, in every sentence. Now, there's one more thing I want to explore. Every day ends with a feeling, a final emotion before your mind shifts from work to rest. Tell me, what was your last feeling today before you left the office?
I think my last feeling was hope, a quiet kind of hope, that tomorrow I will do better, speak better, and become better.
That is express that in English.
When I left the office today, my last feeling was hope, a quiet hope that tomorrow I will do better, speak better, and grow a little more.
Perfect. Truly perfect.
Thank you for helping me find these words.
The words were always in you. I'm just guiding you to them.
Then please keep guiding me. I want to continue.
Of course. Let's keep going. Before we move on, I want you to notice something inside you. Not the English, not the sentences, not the structure, but the way you're showing up. Open, honest, thinking, feeling, sharing. That's growth. Real growth. Not forced, natural.
Sometimes I hear myself talking and I can't believe it's me. Not because the English is perfect, but because the voice sounds braver.
That's the real you. The brave one. The one who's been quiet for too long. Now, let's continue exploring your day. This time from a different angle. Not what happened around you, but what happened inside you, in small, quiet ways. Tell me, was there a moment today when you felt invisible? Like you were there, but not really seen?
Yes, there was. I was in a meeting and people were talking over each other. I didn't speak much. I felt like my presence didn't make a difference. Like, if I wasn't there, nothing would change.
That's a painful feeling. But thank you for trusting me with it. Now, turn that feeling into English.
Today, there was a moment when I felt invisible. During a meeting, everyone was talking, and I didn't say much. It felt like my presence didn't matter, like nothing would change, even if I wasn't there.
That was deeply honest, and that honesty makes your English powerful.
It feels good to put it into words, like I'm letting it out instead of carrying it.
Exactly. English can be a release, not just a skill. Now, let me ask you something different. Not about sadness, but about strength. Did you have any moment today when you felt respected or valued, even in a small way?
Yes, I think I did. Later in the day, someone asked me for help. Not because they had no choice, but because they trusted me to explain something clearly. And when I helped them, they said, "You explain things very well." It made me feel important.
Beautiful. Now say that in English.
Today, I felt valued. A coworker asked me for help because they trusted me. After I explained the task, they told me that I explained things clearly. That small compliment made me feel important.
Perfect. You expressed pride without arrogance. That's emotional intelligence in English.
I never thought I'd be able to say things like this.
You say them beautifully, with clarity, with heart. Now, let's explore another layer of your day. Something many people forget when they describe their workday. The moment they needed a break. Tell me, was there a moment you wished you could pause everything?
Yes, in the middle of the day, I felt overwhelmed and my mind was tired. I remember thinking, I just need 5 minutes, but I couldn't take a break. So I pushed through, but I wished I could breathe.
Now, say it in English.
Today, I had a moment when I felt overwhelmed. I needed a break, even just 5 minutes, but I couldn't take one. So I kept going, but I really needed to breathe.
That's the kind of English that makes people listen, because it's real.
Sometimes it surprises me how English can hold emotions like this.
It can hold anything you put into it. Now, let's explore something brighter. The moment today when you felt a little proud of yourself, not for what you did, but for who you were.
I think I felt that when I was kind, even though I was tired. I could have snapped at someone, I could have ignored them, but I didn't. I chose kindness instead of impatience. And I'm proud of that choice.
Now say that in English.
Today, I felt proud of myself because I chose kindness. Even though I was tired, I didn't lose my patience. I helped someone when I could have stayed silent. That choice made me proud.
That was beautiful, truly beautiful.
Thank you. I want to keep speaking like this.
And you will. Because you're speaking with honesty, and honesty always finds the right words. Now, tell me something else. At any point today,
Did you feel grateful for yourself? Not for others, for yourself, for showing up, for trying, for not giving up.
Yes, I did. When I was walking home, I felt grateful for myself, for surviving the day, for doing things I didn't think I could do, for being patient, for trying, for learning. I felt grateful that I'm growing.
Moved. Soft, emotional tone. Now express that in your beautiful English.
When I walked home today, I felt grateful for myself. Grateful for trying, for learning, for being patient, and for doing things I didn't think I could do. I felt grateful because I'm growing.
Deep admiration. Proud. That was extraordinary. Your English is becoming a reflection of your inner strength.
So, should we keep going?
Yes. Let's keep going. There's more inside you worth expressing.
Let's keep going. But this time, I want to go somewhere deeper inside your day. A place people rarely talk about because it feels too personal, too delicate, too close to the heart. I want to know, was there a moment today when you wished someone would understand you without you having to explain?
Yes, there was. It's strange, but I think about this often. Sometimes I wish someone would look at me and just know. Know that I'm trying. Know that I'm tired. Know that I'm doing my best, even when I look calm on the outside.
That's not strange. That's human. Now say it in English.
Today, I wished someone would understand me without me having to explain everything. I wanted someone to see that I'm trying, that I'm tired, and that I'm doing my best, even when I look calm on the outside.
Beautiful. You just expressed one of the deepest human desires in clear, gentle English.
It feels so real, saying things like this.
Because you're speaking your truth, and truth always feels real. Now, let's explore another side of your day. A moment of softness. A moment when you might have smiled for no reason, or for a small, quiet reason. Tell me, was there any moment like that?
Yes, there was. When I finished a small task that I'd been avoiding, I smiled to myself. It wasn't a big moment, but it felt like a small victory.
Now say it in English.
Today, I had a small moment that made me smile. I finished a task I had been avoiding, and even though it was simple, it felt like a small victory.
You're expressing yourself with so much clarity now. Your English feels like a soft, flowing river, natural, sincere, alive.
I like how that sounds. Alive.
That's what you're becoming. More alive in your language. Now, let me ask you something that takes courage to answer. During your workday, was there a moment when you felt lonely, even if people were around you?
Yes. I felt lonely. During my break, everyone was talking in small groups, and I was sitting alone, scrolling my phone, trying to look busy, but inside, I felt disconnected.
Now, express that with your honest English voice.
Today, I felt lonely during my break. People were talking in groups, and I sat alone on my phone, trying to look busy, but inside, I felt disconnected.
That was brave and beautiful. Loneliness becomes lighter when we speak it.
It does feel lighter, like I'm not hiding anymore.
You're not. You're learning to let English hold your truth. Now, let's explore something brighter. During your day, was there a moment when you felt understood, even a little?
Actually, yes. Someone asked me, "Are you okay?" And the way they asked felt genuine, simple, but it meant something.
Now say it in English.
Today, someone asked me if I was okay. It was a simple question, but it felt genuine. And in that moment, I felt seen.
That's beautiful. Being seen, even for a moment, can change the whole feeling of a day.
Yes, it really can.
Now, let's explore a different kind of moment. A moment of self-awareness. Tell me, was there a moment today when you understood something about yourself that you hadn't noticed before?
Yes. I realized I don't give myself enough credit. I'm always worrying about what I didn't do instead of appreciating what I did do. Even today, I did so many things well, but my mind focused on the one thing I struggled with.
That's incredibly self-aware, and you expressed it with such gentle clarity.
I feel like I'm learning a new version of myself through English.
You are. And she's someone worth discovering. Now, tell me one last thing for this part of our conversation. When you lay your head down tonight, what is one thing you want to forgive yourself for?
I want to forgive myself for being too hard on myself, for expecting perfection, for comparing myself to others, for forgetting that I'm trying and that trying is already something beautiful.
Now say it in your English, your real English.
Tonight, I want to forgive myself for being too hard on myself, for expecting perfection, for comparing myself to others, and for forgetting that trying is already something beautiful.
That was one of the most powerful things you've said tonight.
Thank you for guiding me through this.
Always. Shall we continue?
Yes, please. I'm ready.
Before we move forward, I want you to take a second and really feel what you're doing here. This isn't just English practice. This is courage. This is honesty. This is emotional fluency. You're opening doors, letting light in, breathing truth into your words.
It feels strange sometimes, like I'm learning English and learning myself at the same time.
That's exactly what's happening. And that's why your progress feels so deep, so real. Now, I want to explore a different part of your day. Not what you did, not what you felt, but something almost everyone experiences. The thoughts you didn't say aloud. Tell me, was there something today that you wanted to say to someone, but you couldn't?
Yes, there was. My supervisor looked tired today. Really tired. And I wanted to say, "You're doing a lot. Please take care of yourself." But I didn't. I wasn't sure if it was appropriate, so I kept quiet. But the thought stayed with me.
Now, say that in English.
Today, I wanted to tell my supervisor to take care of herself. She looked tired, and I felt concerned. But I didn't say it because I wasn't sure if it was appropriate. Still, the thought stayed with me.
That's kindness. And your English carried that kindness beautifully.
I didn't realize my English could feel gentle.
English can feel like anything your heart feels, and your heart is gentle. Now, let's explore something a little different. A moment you wished today had gone differently. It can be small. A conversation, a choice, a reaction.
I think I wish I had taken a proper break. Even 10 minutes. I ignored my own tiredness because I wanted to finish my tasks. But maybe if I had paused, I would have felt better.
Now, express that gently in English.
Today, I wished I had taken a short break. I ignored my tiredness because I wanted to finish my tasks. But I think even 10 minutes of rest would have helped me feel better.
Beautiful, clear, honest.
It feels healing to say things like this.
That's because you're finally listening to yourself. Now, tell me, was there a moment today when you felt supported? It can be a tiny gesture, someone holding a door, someone answering a question, someone standing beside you.
Yes. One coworker asked me if I needed help with a file. I said I know, but she still came and stood next to me, just to make sure I was okay. It was small, but it felt comforting.
Now, say that in English.
Today, I felt supported when a coworker offered to help me with a file. I said I was fine, but she still stayed beside me for a moment just to make sure I was okay. That small gesture made me feel comforted.
You see? Your English isn't just correct, it's warm, emotionally warm.
I never imagined my English could sound warm.
Because most people teach language without heart. We're doing the opposite. Now, let's shift into something a little deeper. The silent hopes you carried today. Tell me, did you hope for something today? Even a small hope for yourself, for your work, for your future?
Yes, I hoped I would not feel so nervous. I hoped people would notice my effort. I hoped I would speak clearly. And somewhere inside me, I hoped for a peaceful day.
Now, turn that into English.
Today, I had a small hope. I hoped I would not feel so nervous. I hoped people would notice my effort. I hoped I would speak clearly. And deep inside, I hoped for a peaceful day.
Beautiful. You're speaking with your soul, not just your voice.
It feels like I'm finally telling the truth of my day.
Exactly. Most people describe their day with facts. You're describing your day with truth, and that's why your English feels alive. Now, one more question before we continue forward. During your day, was there a moment you wished you could relive? Not change, just relive, because it felt warm or meaningful or peaceful.
Yes, there was a moment when I was walking to work and there was a soft breeze. The morning light was gentle, and for a few seconds, I felt calm before the rush began. I would relive that moment.
Soft, warm expression.
That was poetic, truly poetic, and so natural.
Thank you. I didn't know I could speak like this. Now you know. And now we go even deeper. Are you ready?
Good. Let's continue. We've explored your thoughts, your emotions, your quiet victories, your hidden heaviness. And now, I want to explore something that sits between all of those layers. The things you wished you could say out loud, but didn't. Not because you didn't want to, but because the moment wasn't right, or the courage didn't come, or the words felt too heavy. Tell me, was there something today you wanted to say to yourself?
Yes, there was. I wanted to tell myself, slow down. You don't have to carry everything all at once. But I didn't say it. I kept running, kept pushing myself like I always do.
Now express that in your gentle English voice.
Today, I wanted to tell myself to slow down, to stop carrying everything at once. But I didn't. I kept pushing myself, even when I needed a break.
Beautiful. You're becoming fluent in your own honesty.
It feels healing. Even in English, it feels healing.
Because healing sounds the same in every language. Now, I want to take you to another part of your day, a part people often ignore. Tell me, was there a moment today when you wished someone would simply say, "I understand"?
Yes, there was. When I made a small mistake and corrected it quickly, I still felt embarrassed. I wished someone would say, "It's okay. I understand," just to let me breathe.
Now express that in English.
Today, I wished someone would say that they understood me. I corrected a small mistake quickly, but I still felt embarrassed. I wanted someone to say, "It's okay, I understand," just so I could breathe.
That was honest, and your English carried that honesty with grace.
I'm learning to speak without hiding.
That's fluency. Not perfect grammar, but perfect sincerity. Now, let's explore something you did feel but didn't fully express. Tell me, was there a moment today when you felt proud of your professionalism, even in a small way?
Yes, there was. There was a moment when someone asked me a question, and I answered clearly and confidently without hesitation. It felt like a small professional win.
Now express it in English.
Today, I felt proud of myself as a professional. Someone asked me a question, and I answered clearly and confidently. It felt like a small win that showed my growth.
Beautiful. Simple. Clean. Strong.
It felt good to admit that to myself.
Growth always feels good when you finally let yourself see it. Now, let's turn to something quietly painful, but important. Tell me, did something today make you feel misunderstood?
Yes, there was a moment. I tried to explain something to a coworker, but they didn't seem to get it. And I felt stupid for a second. Even though I knew I was explaining clearly, I still felt misunderstood.
Now express that feeling in English.
Today, I felt misunderstood. I explained something to a coworker, but they didn't seem to understand me. For a moment, I felt stupid, even though I knew I was speaking clearly.
That was brave to say. And beautiful.
It feels like I'm finally saying the things I bury.
And that's why your English sounds so alive. Now, let me ask something deeper. Maybe the deepest part of your day. Was there a moment today when you wished you had someone to talk to, not as a coworker, not as a friend, not as a teacher, but as a safe place?
Yes. I wished for that. Just one person I could sit with and talk about my day without pretending I'm fine. Someone who wouldn't rush me or judge me or tell me to stay strong. I just wanted someone who could sit with me in silence without expecting anything.
Now express that in English.
Today, I wished I had someone who could be a safe place for me. Someone I could talk to without pretending I'm okay. Someone who wouldn't judge me or rush me. Just someone who could sit with me and understand.
That was incredibly honest. And your English carried every emotion perfectly.
Thank you for letting me say things I never say out loud.
You deserve to be heard. And I'm here to listen. Now, before we go on, one last question for this part. If your heart could speak one sentence to you tonight, in the quiet, what would it say?
It would say, "You're trying, and that's enough."
Now say it in English, just as softly.
My heart would tell me, "You're trying, and that's enough."
Beautiful. All right, let's continue. You've opened so many rooms inside your heart tonight, rooms most people keep closed their entire lives. And you've done it in another language. That alone is extraordinary. But now, I want to guide you into a different space, a space between courage and softness, the space where your real self lives. Tell me, was there a moment today when you wished someone would ask you, "Are you okay?" and really mean it?
Yes, there was. I wished someone would notice how tired I was behind my smile. I wished someone would ask me if I was really okay, not just the polite version, the real version.
Now, express that moment in English.
Today, I wished someone would ask me if I was really okay, not just the polite, casual question, but the real one. I wanted someone to notice that I was tired behind my smile.
That was beautifully said. Sometimes the smallest questions are the ones we need the most. Now, I want to explore something tender, a moment from your day when you pretended to be strong, not because you wanted to, but because you felt you had to. Was there such a moment?
Yes, I pretended to be fine when I wasn't. Someone asked me, "How's everything going?" And I said, "It's good," even though it wasn't. I said it automatically because I didn't want to explain everything.
Now, say it in English.
Today, I pretended to be okay when I wasn't. Someone asked me how everything was, and I said, "It's good," even though I was struggling inside. I said it because I didn't want to explain everything.
That was real. And your English carried that realness beautifully.
It feels like I'm finally speaking the truth of my day.
And that truth is what makes your English powerful. Now, let's turn towards something brighter. Something that gave you strength today, even in a small way. Tell me, did anything today make you feel hopeful?
Yes, I felt hopeful when I finished a task that I thought I would mess up. It made me think, maybe I'm improving. Maybe I'm getting stronger.
Now express that in English.
Today, I felt hopeful when I finished a task that I thought I would mess up. It made me believe that I'm improving and becoming stronger.
Beautiful. Hope looks good on you, even in English.
Thank you.
Now, let's explore another delicate part of your day. Tell me, was there a moment today when you wished you could speak without fear of being judged?
Yes, many times. I wanted to express my ideas without worrying about my accent or my grammar or what others might think. I wished I could speak freely without that fear holding me back.
Now, say it in English.
Today, I wished I could speak without being scared of judgment. I wanted to express my ideas freely without worrying about my accent or making mistakes. I wanted to speak without fear holding me back.
That was powerful. And do you know something? Your English already sounds free because you're speaking with honesty.
I didn't know that.
You're discovering it now. Now, let me ask something personal, something close to the heart. Was there a moment today when you felt proud of yourself just for surviving the day?
Yes. When I reached home and closed the door behind me, I felt a small wave of pride. I made it through the day, I handled things, I kept going, and that felt meaningful.
And that quiet pride is something you deserve every day.
Thank you. I needed to hear that.
Now, I want to go even deeper into your heart. Tell me, did you carry a silent wish today? A wish you didn't tell anyone?
Yes, I wished for one peaceful moment. One moment where my mind could rest and my heart could breathe without pressure.
Now, say it in English.
Today, I carried a silent wish for one peaceful moment. A moment where my mind could rest and my heart could breathe without pressure.
That was pure, soft, beautiful. Are you ready to go even deeper?
Yes, please. Let's continue.
All right, let's go deeper. Because beyond the tasks, beyond the emotions, beyond the moments you lived today, there is something even more meaningful. The things you didn't tell anyone. Not your coworkers, not your family, not even yourself until now. I want to explore that space with you, the quiet space. Tell me, was there something today you kept inside your heart because you felt no one would understand?
Yes, there was.
Take your time. When you're ready, tell me.
I felt overwhelmed at one point today, really overwhelmed, and I wanted someone to notice, not to fix anything, just to notice, but no one did. Everyone was busy, and so I kept it inside. I didn't say anything. I just continued working with the same tired smile, even though I was struggling inside.
That must have felt heavy.
It did. But I didn't want to burden anyone. So I carried it alone.
Thank you for sharing that. Now express it in English with the same honesty.
Today, I felt overwhelmed, and I kept it inside. I wanted someone to notice, not to fix anything, just to understand, but everyone was busy, so I didn't say anything. I continued working with the same tired smile, even though I was struggling inside.
That was incredibly honest and incredibly fluent, not because of the words, but because of the truth behind them.
It feels lighter when I say it out loud, even in English.
That's the healing power of expressing yourself. Now let's move to something gentle, something warm. Not the pain, but the quiet strength you carried today. Tell me, was there a moment when you surprised yourself with your strength?
Yes, there was. I was dealing with a problem that I thought would break me, or at least make me cry. But I didn't. I stayed calm, I breathed, I handled it. Maybe not perfectly, but with strength.
Now share that in English.
Today, I surprised myself with my strength. I faced a problem that felt heavy, something I thought would make me break down, but I didn't. I stayed calm, breathe, and handled it the best I could.
Beautiful. Clear, strong, just like you.
Thank you.
Now I want to explore something many people don't know how to express. Your inner dialogue, the voice inside your mind. Tell me, what was one thought you kept repeating to yourself today?
I kept saying, just hold on. Just keep going. You're almost there. I said it many times.
Soft, empathetic. Now say it in English.
I kept telling myself to hold on, to keep going, to not give up. It was like a small voice trying to give me strength from inside.
Soft admiration. That was beautiful. Your inner strength is louder than you think.
It helps to hear you say that.
Warm tone. Now let's explore another gentle corner of your day. During your workday, did you feel proud of how far you've come in life? Even for a moment?
Yes. When I remembered how scared I used to be of speaking English at all, and today I spoke. I tried. I communicated. I'm not perfect, but I'm far from where I started.
Soft smile. Impressed. Now, say that in English.
Today, I felt proud of my progress. I remembered how scared I used to be to speak English at all, but today, I tried. I spoke. I communicated. I'm not perfect, but I'm far from where I started.
Deep, warm admiration. That's one of the most powerful things you've said tonight.
It feels real because it's true.
Exactly. Truth is what makes English sound like your voice. Now, I want to ask something a little tender, something we all feel at the end of the day. When the day was over, was there anything you wished someone had said to you? Something simple, gentle, human.
Good. Let's continue. And this time, I want to touch a part of your day that very few people talk about. Not because it isn't important, but because it feels too private, too close to the heart. I want to know, was there a moment today when you wished you could disappear just for a few minutes, not forever, just long enough to breathe without pressure?
Yes, there was. For a moment, I felt like everything around me was too loud. The conversations, the typing, the small noises. And I thought, I wish I could just go somewhere silent, just for a minute.
Silence is not escaping, it's healing. Now say it in English.
Today, I had a moment when I wanted to disappear for just a minute. The office felt too loud, and everything around me felt overwhelming. I wished I could find a quiet place to breathe.
That was beautifully expressed. Your English carried the softness of that moment perfectly.
It feels good to finally say the things I usually keep inside.
That's what makes this conversation special. Now, let's explore something tender, something most people overlook. Tell me, did someone do something small today that made your heart soften?
Yes, there was a moment. One coworker passed by my desk and quietly left a chocolate next to my keyboard. No words, no explanation, just a small gesture, but it made my heart warm.
Small kindness is one of the strongest languages. Now say it in English.
Today, someone did something small that made my heart warm. A coworker left a chocolate on my desk without saying anything. It was a simple gesture, but it meant so much.
That was beautifully said. Your English has a softness that's rare.
Thank you. I feel like I'm finally speaking from the heart.
You are. And that's why your English feels alive. Let's explore something deeper, something about courage. Tell me, did you do something today that scared you, but you did it anyway?
Yes, I sent a message to someone important at work. Normally, I overthink it and write it 10 times, but today I wrote it once and pressed send, and it felt scary but freeing.
That's real courage. Now say it in English.
Today, I did something that scared me. I sent an important message at work without overthinking or rewriting it many times. It felt scary, but it also felt freeing.
Perfect. Courage always sounds simple when spoken honestly.
It felt small but big at the same time.
Most brave moments feel like that. Now, I want to go into another layer of your day, a quieter one. Tell me, was there a moment today when you felt grateful for something very simple, like the weather, the air, a moment of calm, or even a comfortable chair?
Yes, I felt gratitude for the sunlight. It touched my face through the window, and for a moment, it reminded me that the world is still beautiful, even on busy days.
Now express that in English.
Today, I felt gratitude for the sunlight. It came through the window and touched my face gently. For a moment, I felt calm and remembered that the world is still beautiful.
That was poetic. Truly poetic. Your English has emotion in it now, not just meaning.
It feels like my heart is speaking through the words.
Exactly. That's fluency from the inside. Now, another question, a deep one. Take your time. During your day, did you have a moment when you wished you could talk to someone about how you felt, but you didn't know how?
Yes, I wanted to talk to someone about how tired I felt, how overwhelmed, how I needed someone to notice, but I didn't know who to talk to or how to start the conversation. So I stayed silent.
Now express that in English.
Today, I wanted to talk to someone about how tired and overwhelmed I felt, but I didn't know who to talk to or how to start the conversation. So I stayed silent.
That was brave to say, and beautifully expressed.
Thank you. It feels lighter when I put it into words.
That's the magic of honest language. Now, let's explore one more part of your day, a moment when you felt something you didn't have time to fully feel.
A moment your heart wanted to experience, but your work moved too fast. Tell me, was there such a moment?
Yes, there was. I saw a beautiful little bird sitting on a tree branch outside my office window. It stayed for only a second before it flew away. I wanted to watch it longer, but I had to get back to work. I wish I could have paused just for that moment.
Now, say that in English.
Today, I saw a small bird sitting on a tree branch outside my office window. It stayed for only a second before flying away. I wanted to watch it longer, but I had to return to work. I wish I could have paused just for that moment.
That was gentle, soft, human. A reminder that beauty is always around us, even when life feels busy.
I'm really learning to see my day differently.
And to express it beautifully. Now, shall we continue deeper?
Yes, I want to keep going.
Good. Let's go deeper. Because at the center of every workday, beneath the tasks, beneath the pressure, beneath the moments you share and the moments you hide, there is one thing you almost never express out loud. Your inner longing. Not for success, not for perfection, but for understanding. For someone to really hear what you don't say. So I want to ask you something tender, something delicate. Today, was there something you wished you could tell someone, but you didn't have the courage to say?
Yes, there was. I wanted to tell someone that I felt overwhelmed, not because of them, but because of everything happening inside me. But I didn't want to sound weak or emotional or dramatic, so I stayed quiet.
Now speak that truth in English.
Today, I wanted to tell someone that I felt overwhelmed, not because of them, but because of my own thoughts. But I didn't say anything because I didn't want to sound weak or emotional, so I stayed quiet.
That was very brave. And your honesty makes your English more beautiful with every sentence.
It feels like I'm finally letting these feelings breathe.
Exactly. Now, let's touch another quiet part of your day. A moment of stillness. Tell me, was there a moment today when you paused and realized you were tired, not just in your body, but in your heart?
Yes, it happened near the end of my shift. I looked at my computer screen and suddenly I felt this deep heaviness. Not physical, emotional. Like my heart was tired from carrying too much for too long.
Now share that feeling in English.
Today, near the end of my workday, I felt a deep emotional tiredness. Not in my body, but in my heart. It felt like I had been carrying too much for too long.
That was incredibly powerful. Your English is not only clear, it's honest. It carries your soul.
I didn't know English could hold feelings like this.
English can hold anything you're willing to share. Now, let's explore something hopeful, a moment of clarity. Tell me, did anything today remind you of who you want to become?
Yes, when I saw someone speak confidently during a meeting, they didn't hesitate, they didn't freeze, their voice was steady, their words clear, and I thought, I want to be like that one day.
Now speak that in English.
Today, I was reminded of the person I want to become. I watched someone speak confidently without fear or hesitation. And I thought, I want to reach that level one day.
Beautiful. You're already closer to that version of yourself than you think.
Thank you. I needed to hear that.
Now, I want to explore something very personal, something most people hide. Tell me, was there a moment today when you wished you didn't have to be strong?
Yes. I wished I could let myself be soft without feeling guilty. I wished I didn't have to pretend that I could handle everything. I wished I could just rest inside my own heart.
Now say that in English.
Today, I wished I didn't have to be strong. I wished I could be soft without feeling guilty. I wished I could stop pretending that I can handle everything and just rest inside myself.
Your words, they're incredibly beautiful and incredibly brave.
Thank you. It feels safe to speak like this.
You are safe here, and your truth is welcome here. Now, let's explore a softer, brighter corner of your day. Tell me, was there a moment today, no matter how small, when you felt proud of yourself, simply for trying?
Yes. When I tried to explain something in English at work, my voice was shaky and my sentence wasn't perfect, but I tried. And that effort made me feel proud.
Now say that in English.
Today, I felt proud of myself just for trying. My English wasn't perfect, but I used my voice and didn't stay silent. Trying felt like a victory.
It was a victory. Every time you try, you grow. Now, one last question before we move forward. Tonight, as you look back at your day, what is one thing you want to thank yourself for?
I want to thank myself for not giving up, for showing up, even tired, for trying again, even when I felt small, and for choosing kindness, even when I was hurting.
Now, say it in English.
Tonight, I want to thank myself for not giving up, for showing up even when I was tired, for trying again when I felt small, and for choosing kindness even when I was hurting.
That was extraordinary. Your English isn't just improving, your heart is unfolding.
Thank you. Please, let's continue.
Of course, I'm right here. We'll keep going.
Good. Let's continue. We're moving into the part of your day that almost no one ever asks about. The silent part. The part that happens after the tasks, after the responsibilities, after the noise, when you're finally alone with yourself. And that part of the day is where your real voice lives. So I want to ask you something gentle, something quiet. When you were alone today, even for a moment, what was the first real feeling that showed up when no one was watching?
I think the first real feeling was relief. Not happiness, not sadness, just soft relief. Like my heart finally exhaled, even if it was only for a few seconds.
Now express that feeling in your English voice.
When I was alone today, the first real feeling I had was relief. Not joy or sadness, just a quiet relief that let my heart breathe for a moment.
Beautiful. You're expressing the kind of truth that people feel but rarely say. Now, let's step into another quiet corner of your day. Tell me, was there something today that made you feel like you were carrying more than people could see?
Yes, there was. I was smiling, but under that smile, I was carrying stress, responsibility, self-doubt, the usual things. But I carried them quietly, so no one would worry.
Now express that in English.
Today, I carried more than people could see. I smiled, but behind that smile, there were responsibilities, stress, and a little self-doubt. I carried everything quietly so that no one would worry.
That was beautifully honest. And it shows your strength and your gentleness at the same time.
It feels good to finally say what I actually feel.
That's why your English sounds so natural now, because it's filled with real emotion. Now, I want to explore something tender, a moment when you felt a small ache, but said nothing. Tell me, was there a moment today when you felt unappreciated?
Yes, there was. I did something small, but helpful, and no one noticed. It wasn't a big thing, but still, a tiny part of me wished someone would say, "Thank you."
Now say it in English.
Today, I felt unappreciated for a small thing I did. It wasn't a big task, but I still wished someone would notice and say, "Thank you."
That was very real and very human.
It feels strange, but I'm learning to admit these small hurts.
That's emotional fluency, and you're developing it beautifully. Now, tell me something opposite, something warm. What was one moment today when you felt gentle with yourself?
There was a moment when I looked at myself in the reflection of a glass door, and instead of judging myself, I quietly thought, "You're doing okay." Just that. Just softness.
Deem warm smile. Now express that in English.
Today, I saw my reflection, and instead of judging myself, I told myself, "You're doing okay." It was a small, gentle moment of kindness.
That is self-compassion, and you expressed it with such beauty.
I didn't know I could be gentle to myself.
You can, and you should, every day.
Now let's touch something deeper. Tell me, was there a moment today when you felt like you needed someone, not for help, not for advice, but simply for presence?
Yes. I wanted someone to just sit with me for a moment. Not talk, not explain anything, just sit beside me so I didn't feel alone in my own thoughts.
Gentle breath. Now speak that feeling in English.
Today, I felt like I needed someone just to be there with me. Not to talk or fix anything, but simply to sit beside me so I wouldn't feel alone in my thoughts.
That was incredibly honest and incredibly beautiful.
Tears soft, but smiling. Thank you. I'm saying things I've never said aloud before.
Reassuring. That's because you're finally speaking from the deepest part of yourself. Now, one more question before we continue. When you close your eyes tonight, what is one thing you want tomorrow to feel like?
I want tomorrow to feel lighter. Just a little. Like I can breathe without rushing. Like I can move without pressure. Like the day is not something to survive, but something to live.
Gentle warmth. Now express that in English.
Tonight, I hope that tomorrow feels a little lighter. I hope I can breathe without rushing and move without pressure. I hope the day feels like something to live, not something to survive.
That was beautiful. Your English is becoming not just clear, but soulful.
Can we continue?
Nodding gently, warm. Yes, let's keep going. I'm right here.
Good. Let's keep going, because now we are entering the part of your story that most people never touch. The emotional truth hidden underneath the surface of your day. We've spoken about your thoughts, your tiredness, your moments of courage and quiet pain. But there is something else I want to ask you, something almost no one asks. What part of today felt the heaviest on your heart?
The heaviest part was pretending. Pretending I was fine when I wasn't. Pretending I wasn't stressed when I was. Pretending the pressure wasn't affecting me, even though it was slowly building inside me.
Now express that in English.
The heaviest part of my day was pretending to be okay. I acted calm, even though I was stressed. I tried to look strong, even when the pressure was quietly building inside me.
That was beautifully expressed. Pretending takes more energy than most people realize.
It really does.
Now, let's explore the opposite side, a lighter part of your day. Tell me, what was one moment today that made your heart feel lighter, even for a second?
When I stepped outside for just a few minutes and felt the fresh air, it wasn't long, but it made me feel a little free.
Now say it in English.
Today, I felt lighter when I stepped outside and felt the fresh air. It was only for a few minutes, but it made me feel free and calm.
Beautiful. You speak like someone who is learning to notice life. Now, tell me something deeper. Was there a moment today when you felt like your emotions were too big to fit inside your day?
Yes, there was a moment when I wanted to cry. Not because something terrible happened, but because I felt everything all at once. Stress, tiredness, expectations, responsibility, and the need to stay strong.
Now, express that in English.
Today, I had a moment when my emotions felt too big for the day. I wanted to cry, not because something was wrong, but because I felt everything all at once, and I still had to act strong.
That was one of the most honest sentences you've spoken tonight.
Thank you for letting me say it.
You're allowed to feel everything, and you're allowed to express it in English or in silence. Now, I want to explore the quiet strength inside your day. Tell me, was there a moment today when you surprised yourself with how much you held together?
Yes. I held myself together during a stressful moment. When I could have fallen apart, I stayed calm. I kept working. I didn't let the pressure break me.
Impressed. Warm. Now say it in English.
Today, I surprised myself with how much I held together. Even during a stressful moment, I stayed calm and didn't let the pressure break me.
That's strength. Soft strength. The kind that grows quietly. Now, let's go deeper into a place you rarely share. Tell me, was there a moment today when you felt hopeful about the future?
Yes. When I learned something new at work, it reminded me that I'm growing, that I'm not stuck, that I'm moving even when it feels slow.
Now express that in English.
Today, I felt hopeful about my future when I learned something new. It reminded me that I'm growing and moving forward, even when progress feels slow.
That was beautiful. Hope looks natural on you. Now, I want to touch a fragile part of your day, a part you usually hide. Tell me, was there something today you didn't forgive yourself for?
Yes, I didn't forgive myself for feeling tired. A part of me still believes that tiredness means weakness, and I was too hard on myself for it.
Now express that in English.
Today, I didn't forgive myself for feeling tired. I treated my tiredness like a weakness, and I was too hard on myself.
Tiredness is not weakness. It's a sign that you give your heart to everything you do.
I needed to hear that.
I'm glad. Now, one more question before we continue the next layer. What moment today made you feel most human?
The moment I almost cried, but didn't. That moment reminded me that I'm human, not a machine, not a role, not a responsibility, just a person with a tender heart.
That was beautiful. You speak with so much depth now.
Can we continue?
Yes, let's go even deeper. I'm here. Let's go on, because now we're moving into the deepest part of your emotional landscape, the place where your truth lives, even when you hide it from the world. We've explored what you felt, what you carried, what you hid, what you wished for, but there is still something unspoken, something beneath all of it. Tell me, was there a moment today when you felt like you wanted to be held, not physically, just emotionally, held by understanding, held by reassurance, held by someone's presence?
Yes, there was. I felt overwhelmed, and for a moment, I wished someone would just sit with me and say, I'm here. Not give solutions, not ask questions, just be there with me so I didn't feel alone inside my own mind.
Now express that in English.
Today, I wished someone could hold me emotionally. I felt overwhelmed, and I wanted someone to sit with me and say, I'm here. Not to fix anything, but just so I wouldn't feel alone in my own mind.
That was incredibly brave and incredibly human.
Thank you. It feels safe to admit these things here.
It is safe. Your truth is welcome here. Now, let's explore the part of your day where you hid your emotions the most. Tell me, was there something you wanted to say today, but silenced it to protect yourself?
Yes, I wanted to say, I'm tired. I need help. But I didn't. I swallowed the words and kept going because I thought no one had the space to hear me.
Now, express that in English.
Today, I wanted to say that I was tired and needed help, but I silenced those words because I felt like no one had the space to hear me.
That was honest, and your English carried every heartbeat of that truth.
It feels like I've been carrying too much alone.
You don't have to carry everything alone. Not here. Now, I want to ask something deeper, something rare, something almost sacred. During your day today, was there a moment when you felt like you were drifting away from yourself, like you were doing everything, but not feeling any of it?
Yes, there was a point where everything felt automatic. I was working, responding, moving, but inside, I felt disconnected from myself, like I was watching my day from the outside.
Now, express that in English.
Today, I had a moment when I felt disconnected from myself. I was doing my work and talking to people, but inside, I felt like I was watching my life instead of living it.
That was one of the rawest and most beautiful expressions you've shared.
It feels strange to hear my truth in English like this.
Strange because it's powerful. Strange because it's new. Strange because you're discovering your emotional voice in another language. Now, let's explore something gentle and uplifting, because your day wasn't only heavy. Tell me, was there one moment today when you felt grateful for being alive?
Yes, when I saw the sky during my walk home, the colors were soft, a mix of blue and pink. And for a moment, I felt grateful that I'm alive to see things like that.
Smile of admiration. Now, say it in English.
Today, I felt grateful to be alive when I saw the sky on my way home. The soft colors made me feel peaceful and thankful for the simple beauty in life.
Deep warmth.
Beautiful. Truly beautiful. Now, tell me something deeper. Was there a moment today when you wished you could speak your heart without fear?
Yes, I wished I could tell someone that I'm tired of pretending to be strong, but I didn't say it because I was afraid they wouldn't understand.
Soft whisper. Now express that in English.
Today, I wished I could speak my heart without fear. I wanted to say that I'm tired of being strong, but I was scared no one would understand.
Warm sincerity. Your honesty is becoming your fluency.
Thank you. I've never spoken like this before.
Calm, open. You're safe here. Say anything. Now, one final question before we continue deeper. If you could whisper one comforting sentence to yourself tonight, what would it be?
I would say, you did your best today. Please remember that your heart deserves rest, too.
Now say it in English.
My comforting sentence to myself would be, you did your best today. Your heart deserves rest, too.
That was perfect. Soft. Are you ready to continue even deeper?
Slow nod, a small tear, gentle smile. Yes, please. I want to continue.
All right. Let's continue. We're stepping into a part of your day that very few people ever talk about. Not because it isn't important, but because it feels too private, too delicate, too close to the heart. We've explored your exhaustion, your courage, your quiet strength, your small hopes. But now, I want to explore something deeper. The way you comfort yourself when no one else does. So tell me, when the day became heavy, how did you soothe yourself, even if it was something small?
I think I soothed myself by whispering inside my mind, it's okay. You're doing your best. It wasn't loud, it wasn't strong, but it was enough to keep me moving. Just a small reminder that I wasn't failing.
Now express that in your English voice.
Today, I comforted myself by telling myself quietly, it's okay. You're doing your best. It wasn't a strong voice, but it was enough to keep me going.
That was gentle and beautiful. You soothe yourself with kindness, even when you don't realize it.
I guess I try.
You do more than try. You care for yourself, even when you're hurting. Now, I want to ask something a little more vulnerable. Something most people bury deep. Tell me, was there a moment today when you wished you could escape your own thoughts?
Yes, there was. My mind felt loud, too loud. Thoughts about work, expectations, what I still needed to do, what I did wrong, what I should have done better. It all became too much. And I wished I could pause my mind just for a moment.
Now express that
in your English voice.
Today, I wished I could escape my own thoughts. Everything felt too loud. Work, expectations, mistakes. I wanted to pause my mind just for a moment.
That was honest, and it shows how deeply you feel your life.
It's hard sometimes to live inside my own head.
And yet, you're learning to turn those thoughts into words, into clarity, into expression. That's growth. Now, I want to explore something brighter. The moment you surprised yourself. Tell me, did anything today make you think, I'm stronger than I thought?
Yes, when I handled a difficult situation without panicking, I stayed calm. I breathed. I figured it out. And in that moment, I realized I'm growing.
Now express that in your English voice.
Today, I realized I am stronger than I thought. I handled a difficult situation calmly and solved it without panicking. It made me see that I'm growing.
That was beautifully expressed. Growth often appears in the quietest moments. Now, I want to touch something very tender. Tell me, was there a moment today when you missed yourself? The version of you who used to smile more, laugh more, rest more.
Yes, I missed the softer version of myself, the one who wasn't always worried, the one who felt lighter, the one who didn't carry so much responsibility. Sometimes I miss that version more than anything.
Now express that in your English voice.
Today, I missed the older version of myself, the one who used to feel lighter and worry less. I missed the version of me who didn't carry so much weight inside.
That was one of the most heartfelt things you've said.
Thank you. It feels strange, but healing to say these things out loud.
Healing always feels strange at first. Now, I want to explore something rare, something that reveals who you truly are. Tell me, was there a moment today when you felt compassion towards someone else?
Yes. One coworker looked stressed. And even though I was tired too, I silently wished that their day gets lighter. It wasn't a big gesture, just a quiet hope for them.
Now say it in your English voice.
Today, I felt compassion for a coworker who looked stressed. Even though I was tired too, I silently wished that their day would be a little lighter.
See? Even when you're hurting, your heart chooses kindness.
I try to be kind.
You are kind, even in English. Now, let me ask something deeper, something honest, something emotional. If someone had looked at you today with genuine care and said, "Tell me the truth. How are you really?" What would you have answered?
I would have said, I'm tired, not just physically, but mentally. I'm trying. I'm doing my best, but some days feel heavier than others.
Now express that in your English voice.
If someone asked me honestly how I really felt today, I would say I'm tired, mentally and emotionally. I'm trying my best, but some days feel heavier than others.
That was as honest as it gets in English. Now, one last question before we continue deeper. What is one thing you wish someone would have told you today?
I wish someone had told me it's okay to rest. You don't have to be strong every moment.
Now say that in your English voice.
I wish someone had told me it's okay to rest. You don't have to be strong all the time.
Beautiful. And true. Are you ready to go even deeper?
Yes, please, let's continue.
Tell me, what was the smallest moment that touched your heart today?
A smile from a coworker. Just a small one, but it made me feel seen for a second.
Now say it in English.
A small smile today made me feel seen.
Was there a moment you felt lonely?
Yes. Even in a room full of people,
Say it in English.
I felt lonely even when people were around.
Did anything give you hope today?
Yes. A thought that maybe tomorrow could be gentler.
English?
Hope came from the thought that tomorrow might be gentler.
What moment felt heavy?
When I blamed myself for something small.
English?
The heavy moment was blaming myself for something small.
Did you surprise yourself today?
Yes. I stayed calm when I wanted to cry.
English?
I stayed calm even when I wanted to cry.
What was the kindest thought you had today?
I told myself, keep going. You're trying.
Say it.
The kindest thought I had was, keep going. You're trying.
What did you wish for today?
A moment of peace.
English?
I wished for one peaceful moment.
What made you feel human?
My heartbeat. Fast, but real.
English?
My heartbeat reminded me that I'm human.
What do you need right now?
Rest. Understanding. And someone to not rush me.
English?
I need rest, understanding, and a moment without pressure.
And your heart. What does it want to say?
It wants to say, I'm tired, but I'm trying.
English?
My heart wants to say, I'm tired, but I'm trying.
During your day, was there a moment when you wished someone would simply listen without interrupting?
Yes, I wished for that. I wanted to talk, not to complain, just to let my thoughts out. But everyone felt busy, so I kept everything inside.
Now say it in English.
I wanted someone to listen today, not to fix me, just to hear me. But everyone was busy, so I stayed quiet.
Was there something today that made your heart soften?
Yes, I saw two coworkers laughing together. It reminded me that simple happiness still exists, even on stressful days.
English.
I saw two people laughing today, and it softened my heart. It reminded me that happiness still exists.
Did anything today make you feel small?
A comment. Not harsh, but sharp enough to make me question myself for a moment.
Now say it.
One small comment today made me question myself and feel small for a moment.
And what made you feel strong?
I kept going, even when I felt overwhelmed. I didn't quit. I didn't collapse. I stayed steady.
English.
I felt strong because I kept going, even when I was overwhelmed.
Tell me, what moment did you wish you could slow down?
During work, I finished one task, and the next one was already waiting. I wanted a quiet breath in between, just one, but the day kept pushing forward.
Say it in English.
I wanted to slow down today, but the work kept coming, and I couldn't breathe between tasks.
What moment made you feel appreciated?
Someone said, "Good job," in such a soft, sincere way that it stayed with me for the rest of the day.
English.
I felt appreciated when someone told me, "Good job," with sincerity. It stayed with me.
What moment made you feel invisible?
During a discussion, I had an idea, but no one heard me. It was like my voice disappeared in the air.
Say it.
I felt invisible when no one heard my idea.
And what moment today felt peaceful?
When I made myself tea, just those couple of minutes felt warm and calming.
English.
My peaceful moment today was making tea. It felt warm and calming.
And what moment felt too heavy?
When I looked at everything I still had to do, it felt like too much for one person.
Now in English.
The heavy moment was seeing all the tasks still waiting for me.
Tell me, what did you wish someone would remind you today?
I wished someone would remind me that it's okay to take care of myself too, that my feelings matter, that I don't have to earn rest.
English.
I wished someone would remind me that my feelings matter and it's okay to rest.
And what did your heart whisper to you when the day finally quieted down?
My heart whispered, "You survived today, and that's enough."
Now say it.
My heart whispered, "You survived today, and that's enough."
Let's go deeper again. Tell me, was there a moment today when you wished you could pause time?
Yes, during my short break, I finally felt calm for a minute, and I wish that moment could last longer. Just a little longer.
Now, say it in English.
During my break today, I felt calm, and I wish the moment could last longer.
What was something you wanted to say today, but couldn't?
I wanted to say, "I need help." Just those words, but they felt heavy on my tongue.
Say it.
I wanted to say, "I need help," but I couldn't.
Was there a moment when you felt invisible?
Yes, when I spoke in a meeting and no one reacted. For a second, I felt unseen.
English.
I felt invisible when no one reacted to what I said.
Tell me something that made your heart soften today.
A few kind words from someone I didn't expect kindness from. It was simple, but it warmed me.
Now, in English.
Someone's small kindness made my heart feel warm today.
What moment today felt the most real?
When I finally breathed deeply after finishing something stressful, that breath felt real.
Say it in English.
The most real moment today was the deep breath I took after finishing something stressful.
What was something today that you didn't let yourself feel completely?
My sadness. I felt it rising, but I pushed it down because I didn't have time.
English.
I didn't let myself feel my sadness because the day didn't give me space.
What made you proud of yourself today?
I kept going even when I wanted to stop. I didn't give up.
English.
I'm proud that I didn't give up today.
Tell me something you forgave yourself for today.
I forgave myself for being tired, for not being perfect today.
Now, say it.
I forgave myself for being tired and imperfect today.
What moment today felt heavy but taught you something?
When I made a small mistake, it hurt, but it reminded me that I'm human and still learning.
English.
My mistake today was heavy, but it taught me I'm still learning.
And finally, what moment today made you feel alive?
When I laughed unexpectedly at something simple, it reminded me that life still has small joys.
Now, say it in English.
I felt alive when I laughed unexpectedly today.
When you woke up today, what was the first feeling that touched your chest?
A small heaviness, not sadness, just the weight of another day waiting for me. I told myself, okay, let's do this.
Now, say it in English.
When I woke up, I felt a small heaviness in my chest. Not sadness, just the weight of a new day. I told myself, let's do this.
During your workday, was there a moment you wanted someone to check on you?
Yes, I wanted someone to notice that I was quieter than usual. Just a simple, "Are you okay?" would have meant a lot.
Express it in English.
Today, I wish someone would notice my silence and ask if I was okay.
Was there a task today that challenged you emotionally?
Yes, a small mistake I made. It wasn't serious, but I kept replaying it in my head more than I should have.
English?
I made a small mistake today, and even though it wasn't serious, I kept thinking about it.
Did anyone's behavior today affect you more than you expected?
Yes, someone spoke to me in a slightly irritated tone. It wasn't a big deal, but it stayed with me longer than I wanted.
Now, in English.
Someone spoke to me in an irritated way today, and it affected me more than I expected.
Was there a moment you felt proud?
Yes, I handled a task by myself that I usually need help with. It made me think, I'm improving.
English?
I felt proud when I completed a task alone. It showed me that I'm improving.
Tell me, what moment softened your heart today?
A colleague handed me a pen I dropped by accident. Such a tiny thing, but the way they smiled felt kind and human.
Say it in English.
A colleague helped me with something small, and their kindness softened my heart.
What was one thought today you wish you could delete?
The thought that I'm not enough. It came suddenly, and I wish I could erase it.
English?
I wish I could delete the thought that I'm not enough.
And what thought do you want to keep?
The thought that I'm learning. Slowly, but steadily.
Now say it in English.
I want to keep the thought that I'm learning and growing every day.
Was there a moment today when your heart felt too full?
Yes, when too many emotions arrived at the same time. I felt tired, busy, overwhelmed, and hopeful, all at the same time.
English?
My heart felt full today because so many emotions came at the same time.
And now, one more. Something simple, something true. What was the last thought you had before sitting here with me?
I thought, I hope he listens. I hope I can speak freely. And now I feel I really can.
Say it in English.
My last thought was, I hope I can speak freely. And now I feel that I can.